Cross Community Media and OHSAA are proud to have this game part of your living rooms. I'm Jacob Williams, and along with my partner, Sepwan Elvey, we bring the call of this Cloud9 conflict between the Winton Woods Warriors and the Mount Notre Dame Cougars. Now, Winton Woods is in the process of honoring their seniors here on Senior Day for their team as Mount Notre Dame comes in here respectfully taking part in the ceremonies. And, we hope to have a good game here this afternoon, Sephuan.
Yeah, absolutely. Jake, it's good to see you. Four seniors being honored for Winton Woods. We had Leah Alexander, Mariah Harlan, Ann Nightingale, and Lily Rideout. And first, when we talk about the home team, Winton Woods, this is a team that's playing their best softball late in the season, winning 4 of their last 6 games. This team shows a lot of promise, especially late in the season. But this is also a Winton Woods team that has shown signs of inconsistency. They have imploded a few games of Franklin and McLean when they got beat really badly. They're a little bit over 500, but overall this is a very good Winton Woods team. And then when we look at the away team, we look at Mount Notre Dame. They come into this game at 9 and 11, and you may think at face value that this is a bad team. I beg to differ, and I think a lot of people beg to differ. They play a lot of close games, they score runs, they pitch well. I think this is a very even matchup, and we'll see if Winton Woods wants to put on a show for their outgoing seniors.
That's right, what you're saying, Sephuan. And of course, Winton Woods is going to be in the playoffs, and this is their tune-up, if you will, where they're going to go be the foe facing Western Brown. And Western Brown has been the bully on the block in the girls softball neighborhood this year. They've scored 300 runs and given up only 40. So it's up to the Warriors to come out here tonight and defend their home turf against these Cougars from Mount Notre Dame.
Yeah, and when we talk about Winton Woods on the opposite sides, we know that Ty Spikes, it all starts and ends with this young lady, as she's the engine that makes this team run on a game-to-game basis. If she's in trouble, if she's not having a good day, this Winton Woods team can be in very deep danger. So if she continues her hot hitting and hot pitching to lead this Winton Woods team to victory.
Yeah, that's what I expect to see whenever I come here and watch Winton Woods. Ty Spikes, she's a real competitor, real hard gamer. You can see it in her eyes when she has the bat in her hand. When she's pitching, throwing that ball, it's up to her defense to play solid behind her. There's times when they kind of have lapses, and then when they do that, Ty has a tendency to get wild with her pitching. But if they play serious ball, serious defense behind Ty, it's going to be, kind of game where the Warriors should come out victorious. But we'll just have to see.
Absolutely. It's about 5 o'clock here. We're getting ready to throw the first pitch. And Jake, this game has been delayed a little bit. We know it's senior day. First we thought it was going to be a 4:30 first pitch, and then we were told 4:45. And now it is 5 o'clock, and I think we are finally ready to get things going here at Winton Woods.
Well, we see the coaches at the home plate discussion. Coach Dennis Hogel of the Warriors and Coach Julie Jesseforsky, 4 years at the helm of Mount Notre Dame. As Mount Notre Dame has their leadoff hitter standing in the wings. That's Megan Mullaney. What I'm told, she's a good contact hitter. She's got a commitment and invite to go play next year for Indiana Fort Wayne.
And we know small schools, private schools like Mount Notre Dame have a lot of connections in terms of playing college softball, and these young ladies are going to take advantage of it. Again, 9 and 11, I don't think does a good job of describing this team. A lot of close games. They pitch really well. This is a team that can go into almost any hostile environment and come out with a W regardless of what you think about their record.
As we see the home plate umpire tidying up home plate, getting ready to get this game jumped off here. Girls softball is the kind of sport where you got to have a short memory, because a lot of times when they lose bad.
Absolutely.
And you just got to forget that, put it aside, and come out the next game.
We see that especially with Winton Woods. Now the young ladies finally do take the field. Final warm-ups are being done, and we're ready to play ball. And as you just alluded to, winning big and losing big, that definitely applies to Winton Woods, as they've won some blowout games in the 20s, but they've also lost some blowout games in the 20s. So you don't know which Winton Woods team you're going to get on a game-to-game basis. Hopefully you'll have the good Winton Woods team in hopes of their senior day. Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see.
We have Mother Nature, stiff breeze blowing from left to right. I don't see where it's going to be much help to any ball hit.
Yeah, no question.
Make everything die, probably.
No question. I think this wind, Jake, is going to play a big factor in this game, especially on fly balls. It's safe to say, I think 25-mile-per-hour winds, give or take. But this weather could play a big factor in this game for both teams. It will favor the fly ball because these balls will be hard to judge with such wind going in these situations.
That's quite right, except for to be adventure on some of these catches. So we see where Ty, she has that slap where that glove slaps her hip or thigh on the way through on these pitches and makes it pitch seem even that much faster when you hear that loud thump.
Spikes is definitely what you call, the horse of this Winton Woods team. She pitches day in and day out and wants to pitch day in and day out. She doesn't want to rest.
Yep. So Megan Mullaney looks down at her third base coach. Over to first, steps in. And the first pitch
Mullaney, the
is
center
wound
fielder.
up and on the way. Or I guess they're calling that ball one. Ty with the pitch. Strike one outside, but it's caught the edge of the plate there.
And I think it's important for Spikes to get ahead in this game because Mount Notre Dame is full of really good hitters top to bottom. There's no easy outs in this lineup. And the best thing for Spikes to do is not to throw a lot of pitches, to get ahead of the count, get your 2 strikes, and put them away.
Okay, and the pitch is on the way. That's a strike. 2-2 count.
Mullaney didn't like that call at all, but I think that was a big part due to the catcher dropping it, which gave her the idea that it was a ball regardless of where it crossed the plate.
Twirling that ball on her hips. Wind and pitch on the way here. Ball hit high, deep in the left field.
Hammered.
That ball's hammered. It's going to fall at the feet of the left fielder. It's going to be a stand-up double for Megan Mullaney to lead it off.
And Jake, when we look at that was one that got away from Spikes, right in the wheelhouse of Mullaney at the top of the zone, hit it way out into the wall, past the left fielder.
See, one thing, I was in a game a few weeks ago where they played Mount Healthy, and, Spikes, her control is almost too good. And these people just stand in there knowing she's throwing strikes. It wouldn't hurt her at all if she was a little bit wild. Too many batters are digging their heels in on her knowing she's throwing good pitches all the time.
Mount Notre Dame threatening early in this game.
Swing and a miss.
Ball goes away from
Runner
the catcher.
advances to third.
Catcher's really been struggling holding on to the base, to the softball, excuse me. That's 3 now that have gotten past her, and we're only 2 batters into this game.
Yeah, I think earlier this season the Warriors had a different catcher. Possibly the girl who's playing short was their catcher. But either way, like you said, they got to hold on to that ball, Stephon. That's a strike.
Look her back on 3.
And there we saw Kylie King show bunt, but come back at the last second. Maybe thinking about a suicide here. Something Winton Woods. Now we see the infield coming in.
Here's
After
the
that
line
fake
of
bunt.
pitch. Ball's hit high. Shortstop camped under it. And she's got the grab for the out. 1 out here.
That was Lady Johnson at shortstop with the pop-out catch. And Jake, that ball was high in the air. And with the sunshine, as we're watching this game, a lot of squinting going on, so it was a good catch, good way to keep your eye on the ball, because that could have been disastrous.
Yeah,
An easy
she
pop-up with the
shielded
sun in
her
your eyes is never an easy play.
Number 19, Ava Tippy.
Tepe, the shortstop for Mount Notre Dame.
She played short today. Catches a lot, but they got her in there at shortstop today. Throw down to third, throw back to home. They got her run down, force her back to third. Throw to home in, tag down and home.
What a play by Winton Woods.
Good play.
Megan Mulaney tried to be aggressive, and as the catcher threw to third base, thought she could come home, but rock solid throws on Winton Woods' part. They run the pickle perfectly.
They
Now
did.
they're 2 out in the inning.
Fights with the throw. It's hard smash. It's the on deck batter in the leg, hip or something, and that's saying ouch.
That's Anna Harper, the first baseman, that got smashed by the foul ball. Looks like she is okay though.
Yeah, Anna Harper talking to coach before the game. She's a big bat that they depend on. Coach Julie Jastrzewski says this girl's batting over 500 here.
And after that wild pitch, Jake, how big was that runner out at home? Because that
Yeah.
would have been an easy run right there. Spike's looking to get out of the inning unscathed.
This ball's hit high. Third baseman under it. And that's it. So at the end of the first half inning, we have a score of 0-0 with Winton Woods Warriors coming to bat.
Combination of great defense and bad running there in that top of the first inning. 2 high pop-ups in the sun. Great plays by the shortstop and third baseman. And then Megan Mulaney tried to get aggressive but was thrown out at home. And we're scoreless as Winton Woods gets their first crack at the bat.
Well, that tells you Mount Notre Dame has no intention of just coming in here and playing station-to-station ball. They want to make stuff happen here. As we see measurements being taken around the dish where the umpires and the coach of Mount Notre Dame got to figure out what's going on with this.
And here when we look out at the out at home again, we saw the throw to the catcher. We see Mulaney getting tied up. And at first, Jack, I thought she was going to be able to get back to third base because the catcher was not throwing it to third base immediately. And everybody was hollering at her to throw the ball, and a nice dart finally got her right in the middle of the pickle.
Yeah, I think if she'd have just went back to third base, tried it again on a later date, but this
And now
pitcher
coming up
from
for Winton
Mount
Woods.
Notre Dame is throwing his ball.
Jasmine Horner, Jasmine Hambrick, and Anne-Marie Nightingale will be the 3 batters in Winton Woods, and we'll see if they'll have more.
This Mount Notre Dame defense, you know, I'm watching them take fielding practice, and every one of them looks like they got a good arm.
Yeah, and
making
what you
that
see with
throw
this
at
Mount Notre
first.
Dame team is that they're very confident in the field. They charge the balls, they throw with conviction, they throw with a passion. And as you mentioned, they have the confidence. They're sure-handed when it comes to their glove work. So we'll see if that continues into the game as it was in warm-ups. King rocking the shades, as are a lot of her
Lead it
teammates.
off for the Warriors. Okay, this girl employs that what I call swinging bunt technique.
We see that type of hit from Ichiro Suzuki, the baseball Hall of Famer, running out of the box as you're hitting it.
1-1. Cougars playing in on the corners, first and third.
And Jake, I really think that's a sign of speed because the main players we've seen use this technique of running out are very fast and can get down the line very quickly. So I think that has to be the main aspect of why she is taking steps forward as the pitch is coming to her, using speed to her advantage to get, as we say, a head start.
Well, let's see what she comes up with on this pitch. It's on the way. Leadoff hitter in there for the Warriors. Carly King looks at her wrist, and here's the pitch that she's going to come with and blowing outside. It's like a 3-ball count. This is where the pitcher's got to throw strikes to keep the defense alert. Strike, swing and a miss.
Swung that ball full right there.
Yes, she did.
And we saw that pitch have a lot of good break to it. Looked like maybe a changeup from Kylie King right there. Started at the top half of the plate, ended up in the middle. Now we have Jasmine Hambrick.
Pitch on the way.
And that one hit her.
It's like, it hit the batter.
And that one completely got away from Kylie King right there. Jake, it's almost like your life flashing in front of your eyes when you see a softball being thrown that hard at you.
Nightingale, the batter. She could step into one, get these runners circling bases. Foul off over third base, dugout.
And we see King trying to manipulate the outside corner here against these hitters for Winton Woods.
Well, that's a good plan if you can spot it there. Ball's hit in the air, shortstop, third base, gloves it. And back to first in time, 2 outs.
Got back there by about half a step. Hambrick really close on that play. We see the pop-up, and we look at this throwback to first. By about a half a step, Hambrick was able to get back. And now 2 on with Hambrick standing at first base.
This is where the Warriors might run. They might send this runner, see. Safe at second base.
Very lucky on Hambrick's part. If that was gloved cleanly, had her gunned, had her canned. As we see right there, comes up clean. She's out.
Ball skips in front of the catcher. Well, see, in this sport, if you're on first base and you want to run, I think the advantage is to you. There's too many things that have to happen right. I know we talked about this at Northwest that day. You got a better chance at running a straight line. Pitcher gloves it, and that's going to be the end of the first inning. So we have no score at the end of 1 with visiting Mount Notre Dame coming to bat, top of the second.
Similar situations for Winton Woods and Mount Notre Dame. Runner in scoring position with 2 outs, but not able to capitalize on it. A little different for Mount Notre Dame because it was self-inflicted, getting caught, trying to steal home. But regardless, a runner gets on for both teams, but we're still scoreless as we head into the second inning.
Warriors coming out here to top of the second inning. Saw Coach Fuller here earlier. Coach Fuller was the head coach of the Warriors for the past couple of years and
Got some fans.
turned the duties over to Dennis Hogle for this year. Coach Fuller always had a lot of team spirit, rah-rah. Girls responded to him.
And as we get ready for the second inning, we'll see if Spikes can avoid the leadoff hitter getting on, as we thought. We saw the double that was smashed down the left field by Mulaney last inning. We'll see if Spikes can get it together and have a clean inning here in inning number 2.
I think Spikes is, I think she's a junior. Maybe even a sophomore. I should have checked that out. But she's got at least another year on this hill for the Warriors. And like I said, sometimes her control is so good that I notice batters just digging in on her, knowing that she's not going to hit them or anything.
And now we have Anna Harper, who we saw Jake last inning get hammered by a foul ball by her own teammate. Thankfully, she's okay.
Yep. Ty twirling that ball on her hip. Here's the one and the pitch coming. Strike one. Called strike one.
We see the green hair right in our frame from center field. The grass is green, so is the hair.
Spikes pitch on the way. 1-1. Girls got a 500, over 500 batting average. That one's foul. I wonder how many home runs is included in that 500 batting average.
Now 1-2 count, or 1-2 count is where Spikes is at her best, where she can manipulate which pitch she wants to throw ahead of the hitter.
Ball's hit high, short center field, second base. Ball's dropped.
That one landed right in the middle, and that one got by the pitcher. Now Harper's gonna go to second and take it easily.
You know, this is at middle air here. I couldn't actually see because of the home plate umpire, but somewhere out there at second base, someone decided to throw the ball to nobody in particular.
And now for the second straight inning, the leadoff person gets on and gets to second base for Mount Notre Dame.
We got the umpire telling the Mount Notre Dame players, step back some, you already had one nailed.
And you ain't having mental errors like that for Winton Woods. There's no reason that she should be standing on second base right now.
This ball's fouled off.
We have our producer yelling at the cameraman for not catching the ball back there.
I'm like trying to figure out where Chester is. Oh, okay.
Our producer expects excellence on the mic and on the athletic field.
Spikes with the wind in the pitch. Inside, ducks out. The runner's headed to third, and she's going to be safe, and it's going to tip off a glove. She won't
That
be
ball
able
got
to
by
get
the
up
third
in
baseman,
advance.
but Harper will stay at third base. Mount Notre Dame with an excellent opportunity to take a lead here.
Ball's hit deep in the left field. Left fielder camps under it and makes the catch. I don't think she left. I think she left too soon, do you? I mean, she called that tagging out, but
We can
looked
see
like
if
she left a little too soon.
Winton Woods will challenge that, because that was a close play at third base in terms of leaving. Here's the replay. Looking back, see how close this is. Ooh, that was close, but I think she did get it, her foot on third base.
So the Cougars.
But absolutely, I see what you mean, Jake, as she was already looked like she was taking a head start before the ball was in the glove. Regardless, Mount Notre Dame takes the 1-0 lead.
Ball's fouled off down the right field line.
And if you're Spikes, that's fine. You give up a run. You have to do damage control. One run isn't going to kill you, but giving up more and more runs will take a toll on the team.
Spikes deals a pitch in the dirt. Ball. Number 30, Olivia Dahl, the third baseman. Pitch on the way. 2-ball, 1-strike count here. Three-ball, 1-strike count.
Ball got away from her again. This is Olivia Dahl trying to make things happen now for Mount Notre Dame after the run scores.
Fouled off, out of play down the left field line. 3-ball, 2-strike count.
And so far, Spikes is being hit. She does not have a strikeout. Every ball is being put in play, and oftentimes she is getting hit pretty hard.
Strike 3, ball gets loose, throw down to first. Out at first base.
Right on cue, Jake, as she strikes her out.
Well, I mean, you're right, Sefwan. I've seen games where, opposing batters are getting bats on the ball that she's throwing. I don't think she's a big strikeout pitcher.
1-0 lead. 1 out.
Ball's hit. Shortstop can't glove it. It's under her glove, so got a runner on first. Now the defense is going to have to stay alert.
This is a Mount team that is oftentimes being very aggressive, as Spikes is giving them fastballs down the middle of the plate early in the count, right under the glove of the shortstop. So be aware of Mount Notre Dame swinging early and often.
Here's the wind, the pitch, strike. It's like we got the wind that calmed down a little bit. Mike's twirling that ball on the hip. The pitch is on the way. Hit at the shortstop off her glove. So that's going to put runners on first and second for Mount Notre Dame.
Mount Notre Dame looking to blow the doors off open early. Getting a lot of hits so far.
Annie Nelson steps in here with the bat. She's the catcher for Mount Notre Dame. Swing and a miss.
And you know who's standing on deck? Mulaney, who hit that ringing double in left field. Somebody who Spikes does not want to see again. Wants to get at least 2 outs before facing her. Big out here.
Ball, 1-1. It's a wonder Mount Notre Dame hasn't sent this runner. Ball 2.
Spike's having some control issues early.
ball, one strike count. She's going to have to throw strikes to keep her defense in the game. Ball hit hard. Just foul.
Ready, Leo. You see where it's coming.
Just foul. Third baseman took a good look at it, though.
On your toes, kid.
Ty with the pitch. It's going to be in the dirt for a ball. Runners advance. Cougars have runners on second and third now.
Spike's really having a hard time finding the strike zone here in the second inning. Outside of getting bailed out by some foul balls, we haven't seen many strikes thrown by this young lady.
Seeing Leah looking at me.
Pitch. Hit hard into left field. Left fielder going back. Off her glove.
Right off the glove.
2 runs are going to score. It's going to make it Mount Notre Dame 3.
And that one's got to hurt if you're Winton Woods. A fly ball that could have been caught by left field, but right off her glove.
Yo, kid.
Yeah, that's where, we saw a similar thing where if you only got one pitcher, nobody else can come in there. It's up to the defense to tighten it up so they can
Absolutely.
get off the field.
And with this defense struggling, we'll see if that takes a mental toll on Spikes. Maybe thinking that she has to strike everyone out now to get some outs into the inning. We'll see if that affects her pitch count, her pitch style, and her pitch choice.
You're right. This ball's hit hard to left field, and this ball hits the fence. We're going to have a run scored. Batter goes into second base with a stand-up double.
Looks like Mount Notre Dame is ready to open the floodgates.
This is where I've seen Ty. She has the composure, even though all is falling loose around her. She has composure to get it back.
And Mulaney again, a left field bomb that Jake was about 2 inches away from getting out of here for a home run.
Yep.
2 straight great at-bats by Mulaney.
Ball's fouled up, catcher under it. And she makes the grab for the out.
A much-needed out for Winton Woods to finally get out of the inning.
So at the end of 1.5 innings, we have a score of Mount Notre Dame 4. And the Winton Woods Warriors coming to bat with nothing.
That inning was about as disastrous as it could have gotten for Winton Woods. But as we know, this is early in the ball game. Winton Woods still has a lot of time to get to run back, slowly but surely get back into this ball game after a rough top of the second inning.
That's right. And they got to start getting the runs back this inning. Not waiting around till later. They need to answer, get some runs back. I see Ty putting on a batting helmet, so she's going to be coming to the plate this inning to help her own cause.
Yes. And the way Mount Notre Dame's hitting, I don't think there's no question that they're going to score more.
Oh, yeah.
So Winton Woods has to start scoring some runs now after a treacherous second inning. They escaped trouble in the first, but we're not able to escape that same trouble in the second.
Yeah, I think Mount Notre Dame, they probably want to be hitting this ball to left field all they can because they see that as the spot. That's where Waldo is. Throw down to second.
And as we alluded to earlier, Jake, the record was 9-11, and you think, oh, Mount Notre Dame should be a win and shouldn't be too difficult. And when you're down 4-0, you start thinking differently about a team.
Well, that record 9-11, I'm sure they were playing some tough opponents. So we got a batter in there for the Warriors. Pitch on the way, in the dirt. That's what the Warriors need to do is just have an eye. Make her throw strikes. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss.
Was thinking fastball, instead got a curveball.
1-1 count. Kylie King, pitch up in the air, third base, running in, makes the grab. Olivia Dahl comes up with the defensive play for the Cougars.
And that swing was, it looked like a half swing. As soon as she made contact, she dropped the bat and started running. I don't think she followed through a full swing. Otherwise, I think that could have gotten into left field.
It looks like Ty Spikes up here at the bat to aid her cause. And like I say, she competes real hard with the bat. Ball's hit hard down behind first base foul.
Out into the handful of fans that are attending this game.
Well, I've seen this girl with the bat, and she comes out, and when she hits that ball in play, you can see in her eyes when she comes out of the batter's box, she's looking to get everything she can get with her mind made up, not changing it later on. She'll go for it. And someone could get knocked over. See the pitch on the way. 1-1.
Spike's looking to do damage here.
Pitch. Strike two, swing and a miss.
Wow, the top fell out of that ball. I don't blame Spikes for swinging at that. It looked like it was going right down the middle. As we see the replay here, the top completely falls out of that ball. Great pitch by Kylie King there.
Swing and a miss.
And the breaking ball gets Spikes.
Strike three.
Spikes thinking fastball again. Breaks down a couple inches, she makes no contact.
That's going to send Lily Wright out to the plate. And I'm sure Lily wants to atone for those things that happened last inning in left field. See what she comes up with here.
King did a great job of having Spikes swing out of her shoes, thinking one pitch, but delivering a different one on two straight pitches to get Winton Woods' best hitter out.
Yeah, well, that to get her out like that, that bodes well for Mount Notre Dame. Pitch on the way. Strike, 1-1.
Takes it right down the middle. This is Lily Rideout.
Here's the pitch. Ball bunted. Picked up.
It gets her by a step.
Throw out at first base.
I like the thought though. I like the decision making
Yes.
on Winton Woods' part. Lady thinking she has speed, she can get the bunt down. And it was a solid bunt, but a good defensive play by King. Gets the out to end the second inning.
So at the end of 2 innings here, Winton Woods at Forest Park, we have a score of Mount Notre Dame 4 and the Winton Woods Warriors nothing.
Now we'll see how Winton Woods responds with going 1-2-3 after a 4-run inning, if they keep their composure and stay in this game, or do they let Mount Notre Dame open up the floodgates completely here?
Yes, indeed. That's where we're going to just figure this out right now. Defense is going to have to come up with some plays. I see Rideout's going back to left field.
This is where we're going to have Spikes at her best to keep Winton Woods in this ball game, to try to mount a comeback. Because it could really, kill the confidence of Winton Woods here with another 3 or 4 runs like in the second inning. Could really kill the drive and motivation for Winton Woods.
No, this game is going to be rebroadcast on Waycross Community Media Tuesday, 4:30 at 8 p.m. Wednesday, May 1st at 4 p.m. Friday, May 3rd at 3 p.m. Saturday, May 4th at 7 p.m. And then on Monday, May 6th at 9 a.m. The Monday's broadcast is going to be Cincinnati Bell Fiber Optics, 854, and Spectrum Channel 4, Coleraine Green Hills Forest Park, and Springfield Township.
paper that you're holding in your hand says Aiken.
Well, this is the game with Aiken. Got rained out last Friday, but the rebroadcast schedule is going to be the same. Just different teams involved.
And that Aiken, that's an Aiken team. That's a very good team.
Oh,
That
Aiken
Aiken-
has a good team this year?
Aiken has a 7-3 ball club with a plus 35 run differential
Wow.
going into the season. They are beating teams, and they are beating teams by a large amount.
Yeah, I was hoping to see that game. That's where my sons went to school back in the mid-90s here.
Spikes looking to keep the damage control here as we start the third inning.
Skips down in the dirt for ball one. This is number 19 at the plate, Ava Teepee. This ball's
That
hit
ball was
hard
hammered
down foul left field territory. Foul territory left.
I think a lot of Spikes' pitches aren't moving and breaking the way that she wants to. A lot of them are hanging in the middle of the plate, and Mount Notre Dame is taking advantage of it, getting really nice swings on the ball today. And we're only in the third inning.
And they just start in a good location. There's never any pitch that's just wild from the giddy up. Ball's in the air, shortstop over the cover, and that ball's gloved for the out.
And for the first time in this game, the leadoff hitter does not get on. Good play by the shortstop, moving and able to hold on to the ball right by the second base.
That's all this defense has to do is glove the ball when it comes to them and make a good throw. Pitch on the way. Ball's over the screen. Foul.
Jake, if a ball comes to us, do you want me to catch it or do you want to take over?
You can catch it.
You want me to grab it?
Yep.
Our producer is yelling at us that we have to catch the ball.
Ball's foul.
I think if I don't catch it, our producer is going to chew me out.
You know, I saw some highlights last night, and this guy on the the Milwaukee Brewers, this ball's fouled deep and left out of play. He hit a home run. Some guy hit a home run, and Ryan Braun caught the old beer.
A lot of fan interference going on in the MLB. Yeah, absolutely. As Braun tried to come back, a whole bottle of beer was dumped on Ryan Braun's head.
And he didn't like that one bit, you could tell.
The fans having a good time at the ballpark, to say the least.
Ball pops straight up in the air.
High in the air.
Catchers has it, but no, it skips off the
And
butt
that
of
is
the
a
glove.
momentum killer for
Heel
Winton
over
Woods.
glove, rather.
Momentum killer.
Yeah, they needed that one.
Check it out, baby. Get it next time.
Couldn't have had an easier out if you're Winton Woods. Now we'll see if that comes back to Honor or if Spikes is going to be able to get out of this.
Well, with Anna Harper batting over 500 to give her new life, it could be poison.
It's not the right batter to give new life to.
See, the umpires are having some kind of, okay, we're bringing that ball back in from foul territory.
Absolutely, you don't want to waste any balls. To go out in foul territory, you're going to go out and get them.
Twirling that ball, pitch on the way, hit hard in the gap between short and third base.
And it does come back to Honor, an easy out, turns into a single.
Well,
Past the third baseman and shortstop.
this girl could put the bat on that ball.
So instead of 2 outs, no on, 1 out, 1 on.
Okay, so this is where your defense has to wake up here, get in the game. Pitch. Hitting foul territory, third base looking at it, but it's going to be out of play.
lot of foul balls here by Mount Notre Dame, which is showing us that they are early on a lot of these pitches, meaning the aggression is slightly early for Mount Notre Dame, but when they get it right, they're hitting them all over the field, especially into the left field area. Third baseman, shortstop, and left fielder have had a busy day so far. Not a lot of opposite field hitting so far from Mount Notre Dame. As we know, majority of their lineup is right-handers. They're taking what they're giving and they're pulling it.
Spikes looks in at the catcher, twirls that ball on her hip, steps up on the rubber, winds the pitch on the way. That's a ball. Well, if the Warriors want to play Western Brown next week, they're going to have to get this thing going. Pitch outside, the catcher looks down at first base. It's a wonder this runner stayed on first base again. Pitch on the way.
And now 2 on, 1 out. Mount Notre Dame looking to have another inning like they had last.
Runners on first and second, that walk. Well, Notre Dame about to send number 30, Olivia Dahl, to the plate. This is where
Olivia Dahl, the third baseman for Mount Notre Dame, looking to drive in some runs here.
this could be heartbreak. Pitch on the way here. Popped up. Who's gonna call it? Got a collision between the catcher and the third baseman, and the third baseman is gonna be in some pain. Very much discomfort. No one called that ball. Looks like
Now
we're
the third
gonna have
baseman is shaken up
timeout.
badly.
Coach Dennis Hogel looking at, here comes Adam Shiplett, the trainer for Winton Woods out there.
Not much communication by the catcher and the third baseman, and they bump into each other hard, resulting in an injury.
Yeah, that
Hope she's
ball
okay.
should have been called. Probably should have been the third baseman's ball.
Now, Jake, we should be out of the inning now. 2 easy pop-ups, and instead everybody's safe and there's only 1 out. She is up and looks like she's going to stay in the game, thankfully for that, because that was a hard collision between her and the catcher. Yeah, she wants nothing to do with coming out of this game.
Call that ball. You got it, baby. Good job. Way to get up. Y'all better talk.
I see Coach Fuller even ran out there to take a look, see how things were.
And now we'll look to get this game back going after the short injury. Winton Woods struggling in the field mightily today. Some errors, some easy drops. This is a day the Winton Woods fielders will definitely want to forget quickly.
Spikes, pitch on the way. This ball's hammered, just foul.
I'll tell you what, Jake, that's probably the 10th foul ball we've seen in the left field. Very early swings from Mount Notre Dame. And you know what that tells me is that they're swinging for the fences here. They are trying to jump early and they are trying to hit the ball over the fence.
Well, we'll see what they come up with. Spikes is going to have to do it all on her own the way it looks now. This ball's fouled off behind the first base dugout. Megan Hennig taking some practice swings halfway down third base, steps back in the
Taking a lot of
batter's
extra time out there.
box. Pitch on the way. Hit hard. Shortstop can't come up with it. It's like the runner's going to score, and the other one's going to make it to second base.
Base hit into left field.
So looks like 5 runs now.
Play the ball first.
That base hit, Jake, was very similar to the one we saw a few batters ago when the catcher dropped the easy pop-up right past the shortstop.
Yeah, you can't give these Cougars second life. They're all taking advantage of the extra chance. Wine, pitch on the way. This ball's hammered down, foul territory.
And outside of that, the pop-out that landed in front of the center fielder, it's been all hits to the left side of the field today from out Notre Dame.
No, this catcher, you got to talk to your pitcher some.
So I do want to ask you, Jake, with all of these balls going to left field, how do you feel about shifts in baseball, either in high school, either in college, or in the MLB?
You know, shifts are, product of good scouting. I mean, I played a lot of slow pitch softball where you had the short fielder anyway, so I think it works.
Yeah, we know in today's day and age, and just about every sport, analytics are a huge sign of importance now.
Yep.
In basketball and baseball, even starting in football, analytics, the shifts, the percentages, they're basically taking over sports.
Well, there's not a whole lot of, let's see what comes up with this pitch. It's on the way. This ball's hit hard. Left fielder will not be able to grab it. 1 run scores, 2 runs scored, and the runner is going to be standing in there at second base with a stand-up double. So it looks like if my calculations are correct, we're on our way to mercy territory.
Yeah, Mount Notre Dame has officially blew this game open.
Yeah,
They're hitting spikes any way they want.
My calculations are correct. It's 7-0.
And a lot of just simple base hits. We've seen a couple go to the wall, but other than that, just right by the shortstop, right by the third base, into early left field.
Swing and a miss, strike 1. Andy Nelson, the catcher.
Winton Woods desperately trying to get out of this inning.
Pitch. Call the ball. 1-1.
A lot of people here surprised that was a ball.
Pitch on the way. That's called a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Take your time, 2-1.
Pitch. Grounded to third. She gloves it. Go over to first. Out at first.
And finally, after a desperate inning, they get out of the inning.
Well, that's going to do it for the top of the 4th inning. We have a score of Mount Notre Dame 7 and the Winton Woods Warriors nothing.
So now if you're Winton Woods, you have no time to waste. You have to score runs, and you have to score multiple in this inning. Otherwise than that, as you mentioned, we could be heading to the mercy area. Back-to-back innings where Mount Notre Dame is just teeing off on Spikes. And as you mentioned in the pregame, if Spikes is not having a good day, and granted, not a lot of this is on her with bad fielding, with some easy pop-outs being missed, some easy plays being missed by the shortstop. But with Spikes not being at her best with all of these runs, we know Winton Woods is in trouble. And in this game, it's been nothing but trouble.
Well, this is not what they were hoping for on senior day here. But you have to give credit to Mount Notre Dame. They come in here, never mind the fact they had a 9-11 record and the Warriors had a 9-7 record. They're playing some ball. They got good, solid pitching. Uh, this Kylie King, you know, she can throw that ball. I don't think the Winwood Warriors are going to string enough hits together to make a difference. So they're sitting into the plate here. This is number 7. Amy Nightingale. Playing in on the corners, especially at third. So Amy Nightingale, she's one of those swinging bunters. Pitch on the way. Strike one call.
King still working the outside part of the plate. Looking to get those outside call strikes that Winton Woods can't do much about. And that's what happens when you get those strike calls on the outside part of the plate. You're going to start making bad swings on the outside.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what that was by Nightingale.
I mean, you can't help her swing at that kind of stuff. Pitches on the way here. That's a ball. You know, if Nightingale, she should just straight up bunt the ball. But this swinging bunt stuff, I don't know. There's a swinging bunt to the third and don't throw over the first and she's out.
Not a lot of hard hit balls by Winton Woods. A lot of easy pop-ups, easy ground outs for Mount Notre Dame to take advantage of.
Yeah, I mean, you got to at least hit the ball in the outfield, make somebody have to run and maybe make a bad throw to a base, give yourself a chance. But
Kylie King has been nothing short of spectacular here in this game.
strike one.
That was about as rough as a swing I've seen. When you're running and swinging like that, you're not going to hit anything.
Strike two. Strike swinging and a strike looking. King. This ball's hit hard at third. She gloves it. Throws over to first for the out.
A real close play going Mount Notre Dame's way.
But that's where you got defense playing behind you. You know, she's stored strikes, so the girls are staying ready.
And the ball was hit hardly. Third baseman had a hard time, but an absolute cannon to first base to get the second out of the inning.
Yeah, I think that ball might have put a little bit of hurting on Olivia Dahl. Seems like she's flexing around with her foot or ankle maybe.
That's something to keep an eye on going forward in this game.
Right.
And with the way Horner's swinging the bat, she's leaving the strike zone before she even takes a full swing. And that's got to change. She strikes out again.
See, that's another thing about that style. You're basically out of the batter's box and leaving the strike zone.
Being very susceptible to those outside pitches, trying to start running to first base. You're trying to swing the ball, trying to swing the bat outside, excuse me. You got no chance of touching it.
Ball popped up.
Again, easy pop up.
And the pitcher makes the play, so Kylie King puts it away. So at the end of 4 innings here from Winton Woods High School, we have a score of Mount Notre Dame 7 and the Winton Woods Warriors nothing. Warriors defense
Now we're
taking the field.
heading into the 4th inning.
Top of the 4th. That was one of those.
Our producer's trying to figure out what inning we're in. And at this point in the game, we are in mercy territory of Mount Notre Dame. does what we think they'll do, scoring multiple runs, this game might be over quick. And the rule for the Mercy is 15-run lead after 4 or 10 runs after 5. So as we head into the 4th inning, there's a 10-run lead in the 5th. This game will not go to 7 innings, and it will be a Mercy rule. So that is something to keep our eye on as we go forward in this game.
Well, this is a short season, this girls softball season, you know, but it's a good season. They deserve to have coverage of their efforts just like the football team does. I actually coached women's softball for a couple years when I grew up. That was a long time ago.
I think Jake is trying to put his application in to be the head coach of the varsity softball team for Winton Woods.
No.
Winton Woods, if you're watching this, right next to me. There's your
Only
man.
thing I could help them with, they can't use. And that's ice cold beer vending. Pitch on the way. This ball's hammered past the third baseman. And she's rounding and she's going to pull into second base, standing up with a double.
And that's Mulaney's 3rd rocket of the game.
Come on, Five.
And she's having an excellent game.
That's what
Right
her
down the third
coach
base
told
line.
me before the game. Says
Take
Coach
your hit.
Julie Jesopolsky, you know, she says, that's my contact hitter there. She says, I got a contact hitter. I got a hitter that's batting over 500.
Now here comes the pitcher who's been having an incredible game, King.
Ball's bunted. Good bunt. Ty comes up with the play, and the runner comes around to score. Safe everywhere, and the batter goes to second base on the
And that
throw
was
to
about
home.
as perfect as a bunt as she could have laid down. She was not getting her at first anyway. And Mulaney comes in, but smart base run and gets home, an error. And then Kylie King is standing at second base. Again, here's the bunt, laid it down right down the third base line. Wasn't getting her at first regardless. And then the throw home got by the catcher. King takes advantage of it and another run scores.
Ava Teepee. Hammered under the third baseman's glove. Get this girl from scoring here. We got to throw, but it's going to be a short throw. That run scores, and a runner at second. Number 35 stepping in there.
I tell you what, Jake, I think we're going to do some research after this game and see how many hits to left field is the record for a high school softball game, because this just hit after hit going into left field. There's got to be some record or statistic on this.
Well, see, they do have a different left fielder now. This ball's hit third base. She fumbles around. High throw at first.
And that one
and
gets
it's going to
away.
be safe. Run around third and then the score.
And now we are officially in Mercy rule.
10-0 now for the Cougars. It's like
Hustle up.
Mount Notre Dame coach Julie Jesopolsky got an issue with the home plate umpire here.
And we'll see what she's talking about. We're sitting right behind the plate, but we can't hear what exactly she's saying to him.
It's like Cougars are gonna.
And for anybody who's watching us, our camera girl's name is Beyonce. So our camera girl is better than yours.
The camera girl's name is Beyonce.
It is.
Oh my!
I always knew our producer always had the best people on his team.
Yeah, get
Yeah,
a
we got to
shot
show
of our
Beyonce here. Having the name
camera
Beyonce, you
person.
need camera time and as much camera time as you can get.
Where's Jay-Z at?
There she is. There we go.
Oh, I can't see it because
This goes to show our camera girls are better than yours.
do you got her signed up for football season? Looks like Mount Notre Dame is going to send in a substitute player. Looks like Alyssa Simmons, number 36.
Not surprised here with the lead as much as they have. Sending
Wow.
some reserves.
Off the third
Try to
base
get the
dugout.
reserves some playing time with having such a big lead.
Yeah,
Some of the players that don't get enough playing time or a lot of playing time, now would be the perfect opportunity to get them some playing time and some hits.
that's right. That's what these coaches got to be mindful of. You know, that wind did calm down some.
Yeah. The wind was really howling as we started this game, but now it's very
So
calm to say the
third
least.
and safe.
And that right there, that should have been an out.
Yeah.
Third baseman handles that clearly. She's canned. Here's the replay. That ball beat her there by a solid 1.5 feet, but not able to corral it.
Pitch on the way. This is a high ball. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Throw down to first. Out. Safe at home. Good heads-up play by Anna Harper. Take home on that throw to first. Looks like Mount Notre Dame is going to send another substitute into the game here.
Got a hoodie on.
And Avita Famble is what I'm told.
An
Number
11-0
33,
lead.
she's got a hoodie swing and a miss. Yep, you can see her name, Famble. I wonder if she's related to the Famble family from Northwest High School. Wine pitch on the way. Call strike.
Squeeze, baby, squeeze. If it hit your glove, you can't.
Ty
Yeah.
twirling that
And
ball
with
on
these
her hip.
substitutions, as our producer's alluding to, there's a lot of flexibility
in
when it
the
comes to
second.
substitutions. Nice scoop there by the first baseman.
So that's an out.
And that looks like another sub. 3 straight subs coming in for Mount Notre Dame.
It's number 3, Haley Clark. She's looking down at third base. Steps in there. Pitch on the way. Off the screen.
Just a bit outside.
Go. Ty looking it over. High ball 2. Pitch on the way here. Swing and a miss.
Way to hold on to it, Kate.
starting to pick right back up.
Right back up.
As soon as we say it stops, it comes right back. That's just our luck.
One strike count here.
That's always been my luck. Every time I would say something, the opposite happens. I think I'm going to make a shot in basketball, and I end up throwing up nothing but air.
The
Great pitch.
swing and a miss. 3-ball, 2-strike count here.
That was a good pitch right there by Spikes. Finally got the break that she was looking for to get Clark swinging through it. That ball outside. Now Clark draws a walk.
So Haley Clark draws a walk. And number 24 is gonna wait. Mount Notre Dame looks like they're gonna send in another sub.
And now Mount Notre Dame is completely clearing their bench out.
It's gonna be number 16, Thando Miller. Runner takes off, foul ball. See, this runner has the right idea. Might as well just take off. Too
Yeah,
many
for anyone
things have
wondering,
to
that is a
happen
small
for you to
child
get thrown out.
right next to me if you're hearing a baby laughing.
Pitch on the way. Foul.
Ball fouled right back. Spike's looking to get out of this inning now. An 11-0 lead for Mount Notre Dame.
Wide pitch. Foul ball.
In this game, Jake, coach for Winton Woods, was committed to Spikes all game. 11 runs have been scored, and there's still no sign of any pitching change, of any type of substitution. It looks like she could have gave up 25 runs and she was still going to stay in this game.
Well, I mean, this runner's on the way to throw down the second is out. They got her.
Yeah, they're going to say that she was out.
So as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning here.
And now we have the
Excuse me, he's
out
at the
on
bottom
Clark.
of the 5th.
We'll see how close it was right here.
The score Mount Notre Dame 11 and Winton Woods Warriors nothing here.
Now, did she
I
step
think,
off or
Clark
what?
was probably tired from all those.
I don't see where the out call is on this one, Jake. Do you?
Well, I can't see anything.
Wow, that was an out call. We're gonna play this again and see maybe if she left early. But from what we saw on that first angle, Jake, it did not look like she was out by a mile. She was safe. Because she can be out if she stepped off the bag. And we're gonna try to get another camera angle here, another replay of it, just to see. Yeah, here it is.
I just can't see.
Well, maybe our monitors. Yeah, here we go. You tell me, Jake, is that not safe by 2-3 feet?
See, I don't have any angle whatsoever. I can't see anything. It's all fade to black from here. Well, maybe the Winton Woods Warriors can take advantage. We see some of these substitutes are out there on defense now. We got a new left fielder in the game.
An 11-run comeback is what it's going to take for Winton Woods.
New first baseman in the game, new second base.
And if Winton Woods wants to extend this game past 5 innings, they're going to have to get some runs here and push this to under 10.
That's right. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss.
Kylie King still going strong here in the 4th inning. A lot of break on her pitches, a lot of confidence from the mound.
And Kylie King is out there throwing like she knows if need be, someone else can come in there and relieve her. 2 ball, 1 strike count here.
And a lot of the substitutes, Jake, we saw are in the field, as you mentioned earlier. We'll see if maybe
the
Winton Woods can take
Warriors-
advantage of some non-regulars.
And that's a strike. 2-2. I'm thinking if the Warriors can find a way to
This wind is definitely taking a toll on us as well as dirt is flying into our eyes.
hit ball foul, first base foul territory. I think if the Warriors could just start hitting the ball and see what these new defenders can do. They've seen Kylie King now enough to see what she's got. Ball's hit hard at shortstop. She gloves it, throws over to first, and that's an out at first base.
Fielding seems like it's really easy for Mount Notre Dame. No ground ball, no pop out, no fly ball phases them in the least. As that was a well hit ball by Hambrick, but shortstop has no problem with it.
Here we go, pitch on the way. Ball 1.
Now we have Anne-Marie Nightingale.
Swing and a miss. Strike 2. No, strike 1.
Keep your head down on the ball.
Ball hit in the right field. Base hit.
Wow, Jake, that's a hit into right field. I didn't know that was possible in a game like this.
Yep. So the Warriors got a runner on first base now.
Really good contact by Nightingale right there.
Pitch on the way. Runner bluffs a move at second base, but I don't think you'll see her going anywhere.
Nightingale probably not too much of a threat to steal second base.
And as sparse as hits have been and base runners, you don't want to run yourself out of it. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Going after that pitch way out of the strike zone.
A lot of reckless swings as well. Winton Woods doing a lot of reckless swinging instead of compact, clean swings, which is also resulting in a lot of swings and misses. Chasing the ball instead of keeping their hands inside, making good swings on the ball.
Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Runner trying for second base, and they got her out at second.
And
That's
a
it.
double play.
That retires the side.
Had to strike him out, throw him out as you draw it up, Jake. Breaking ball. And she gets him by about 3 feet.
So the
Now we see again on the steal, the tag being applied right there.
Warriors take the field.
Spikes will come back out into the game.
What'd you think of the NFL draft over the weekend, Stephon?
Now we head into the bottom of the fourth inning. My producer's asking me about the NFL draft. I'm guessing specifically about the Cincinnati Bengals.
No, I wasn't asking you about the Cincinnati Bengals. I was asking you about the NFL draft.
Oh, the NFL draft in general. I'm sorry, I have a hard time hearing. The microphone is plugged into my ears. The NFL draft is always a great occasion. It's always a fun watch for any sports fan, whether it's round 1, whether it's round 7. This draft especially because this was loaded, rich with talent, especially defensively, excuse me. And, you know, I don't think there was any surprise with Kyler Murray going #1 overall and Nick Bosa, Quinnen Williams, Josh Allen falling out of the top 5, I think was a big surprise to a lot of people. And when talking about the Bengals, I think they had a pretty solid draft. Getting Jonah Williams, tackle guard Alabama, was a really good value. But there's going to be a lot of change in the NFL with the Raiders having 3 first-round draft picks. You know,
So you
the
think
Jets.
the Raiders will be respectable?
Not yet. I think they're still a 6 to 7 win team. Cleveland Farrell over Josh Allen, I think, was a very bold move. I think Cleveland Farrell's a really good player, but not better than Josh Allen. But I look forward to the next NFL season. NFL draft is always a great occasion, and a lot of teams are going to look different next year, and we're excited for it.
So the pitch is on the way.
I do want to give a shout out, speaking of the NFL draft, to David Montgomery, the running back who got drafted to the Chicago Bears, attended Coleraine Middle School, and then attended Mont Healthy, and now he is a 3rd-round draft pick who many consider to be the best running back in the draft class. Yeah, as did a Winton Woods alum, Mike Edwards, safety out of Kentucky.
Ball's hit, third baseman gloves and throw it over to first, and then we got
So
out.
we saw a couple Cincinnati products, Winton Woods and Mont Healthy, officially become NFL draft picks.
Well, you know, Winton Woods, they had David Long get selected.
Yeah, David Long as well. We're just rich in the Cincinnati area, just sending people to the NFL.
You know, that's Coach Andre Parker sent them guys. Coach Parker did that for you.
And Jake, I know you love hearing Winton Woods players going to the NFL. Your favorite school, Winton Woods.
Well, they earned it. These guys play good series ball. Coaching staff, saw Coach Fuller here earlier today. You know, he's the running backs coach over there.
Yeah, we hope for a lot of success for all those players that came out of Cincinnati that were homegrown and now playing in different NFL teams. And hopefully there's a lot more for the future out of Cincinnati.
And I just hope we could have a season where there's no off-field controversy, but I know that ain't gonna happen. Keep these guys off the elevator. The sun is out bright now, no clouds whatsoever, no wind. I know I said that and it'll start blowing again. Pitch on the way, hammered right down the middle.
Yeah, and maybe at the beginning of the game we saw a lot of clouds in the sky, maybe a threat to have a little bit of rain, but eventually it cleared out. And now, as you mentioned, a lot of sunshine here.
Alina Campbell, number 23, she's another sub. Mount Notre Dame sends up there. Got a runner on first base. Swing and a miss. Spikes, winds, and deals. Throw down to first base. Safe.
And that might have been the first pickoff of the entire game, which is very surprising, knowing how many base runners we've had, especially on the Mount Notre Dame side. Spikes throughout the day has had no concern for any of the base runners
Ball's hit hard. Center fielder gloves it. No play at second. So we got runners on first and second. If
Hit after hit. Contact, good contact after good contact from Mount Notre Dame. And even here in the 5th inning, they don't look like they're slowing down.
Ava Tepe, catcher standing in there. Or is she playing shortstop today, though?
And they may be squaring the ball even better with these hits directly into center field. They're making great contact with the barrel of the bat.
This ball's hit high.
Back into
Left
left
fielder
field.
rounds under it. Out of our sight.
She wasn't able to catch that. And now we see over there where that ball is on the borderline fair and foul territory. Really wet, a swamp area type in left field. Maybe wasn't able to get her footing to make the catch there.
Pitch on the way. This ball's hammered over the glove of the shortstop. Center fielder picks it up.
Now the bases are juiced.
Bases loaded. Number 35 with the bat. Hannah Harper. Again, she's got an average of over 500. She's got the bases loaded here.
And with the way Mount Notre Dame is hitting, you would think everybody on this team has a above 500
Check
average.
swing. Yeah. Throw down
That
the
ball is
third
thrown
base
away.
and gets away, and we're gonna
Now
have
look,
him
she's
tipped
running.
at the home.
She's
and
running.
She's gonna be safe at
Safe.
home. Now we got a runner in time to get to third. Safe at third. Runner trying to make it to second base. No throw. So we got runners on second and third for the Cougars. Run scores.
And Winton Woods just looked completely lost out there in the field. This is one of the more poor performances I've seen from a defense.
Ball's hammered into left field. Left fielder comes in and gets it, but we got 2 runs scored here. Batter goes on down to second base. Better get this ball to third base here.
And now Mount Notre Dame is just going on a cycle of just run after run after run.
That's going to send Alyssa Simmons to the plate, number 36, for her second at bat in this ball game. Swing and a miss in the dirt. Yeah, I could see frustration now catching up to Todd Spikes. Pitch on the way, and that's going to be high. Yeah, when she starts getting a certain way, her pitches all come off high and outside.
Watch her at third, trying to come off of it.
Pitch on the way. Ball.
And for those still wondering about the mercy rule, Winton Woods will have a chance to bat in the bottom of the 5th inning, but they have to score at least 5 runs to keep this game going past 5 innings.
Well, I don't know if Winton Woods is guilty of looking ahead to this game they got against Western Brown next week. But they're going to have to show up better than this out there, Western Brown, or mercy rule is going to go into effect by the time they get this thing jumped off.
And this game for Winton Woods was similar to the Franklin and McLean game where they got blown off the field, just nothing was going right for them. You know, a lot of similar instances. As you mentioned, you don't know which Winton Woods team was going to show up, the one that was winning 23-0 or the one that was going to lose 23-0. And unfortunately for Winton Woods, we found the latter today.
Swing and a miss. So that'll do it for Alyssa Simmons in her second at bat.
Spikes gets a strikeout there.
So that's it.
Still only 2 outs.
And Iguana Famble, number 33. This ball's hammered foul territory down third base.
It's coming straight to you, Leah.
In the dirt. No advance by the runner.
A good bounce there for Winton Woods as the ball hit the screen and came right back to the catcher. Allowed for a quick reflex, quick response. Mount Notre Dame looking to bring home the 15th run of the game.
Outside ball. Spikes wides and deals. This ball's hammered over the third baseman's head. Another run will score.
Another 15th run has scored.
Cougars are send number 3 to the plate. Haley Clark.
Just base hit after base hit. A lot of the same here for Mount Notre Dame. Quick and easy singles, getting runs in.
Out of play.
Keeping innings
behind
going.
First base dugout.
And that one, Jake, was real close to hitting the pole. Would have heard a loud ring go across the side of the stadium. We have our producer making banging noises in our microphone, making bonging noises.
Squares the bunt, throw down to first. No play.
Throw over to first by the catcher. Spikes looking to get the last out of the inning.
Off the screen.
Fouled back.
Here's the pitch. It's called a strike. That's going to do it for Mount Notre Dame here.
And after seemingly like an hour of just hitting around and around, the inning for Mount Notre Dame officially comes to an end.
Yeah, so here we are. It looks like the bottom of the 5th inning, and this is where our Warriors have to come up with at least 5 runs.
If they don't come up with those 5 runs, the game will be over and we will not play the full duration of 7 innings. So it's all or nothing here for Winton Woods if they want to keep this game going for a little bit longer. A 4-piece in the second, 3-piece in the third, and 2 4-pieces in the 4th and 5th have allowed Mount Notre Dame to take this 15-0 lead.
So the Cougars take the field. They got a new pitcher in the game. Got a lefty, southpaw out there.
So there we are, a pitching change.
This is number 15, Lily Benjamin.
And Lily is usually in the reserves for Mount Notre Dame. I think another player that may not see regular playing time, but with the lead that they have, maybe get some of the pitchers of the future, get them some pitching time.
But you got a pitcher that you can put in there to, you know,
No pitcher watching.
possibly get some outs for you. not a bad ball she's throwing.
Looks like Mount Notre Dame will be in good hands with their future of their staff as well.
Yeah. It's going to be up to Winton Woods Warriors to have a rude green for this new pitcher, Lily Benjamin. Third baseman up there. Ball's popped up out of play. Benjamin deals. This ball's hit in the air. Center fielder runs in. Can't put a glove on it. So the first runner is on base with a base hit.
Right over the second baseman's head, center fielder not able to get into the infield in time to make that play. Perfect accuracy of that hit. By Leah Alexander.
Ty Spikes in the game. Couldn't square to bunt this ball.
As he's showing bunt. As she does pull back, I
Swing and a miss.
was going to be curious on that call why I don't see any reason to bunt in this situation being down 15, but it was a show the whole time.
She pull that back and try to knock it over somebody's head in deep center field.
You have no outs to give out. There's no reason to even show bunt in situations like this.
Ball 1-1. Benjamin looking at the pitch. He's going to throw a twirl on that ball. Pitch on the way. Hit hard. First baseman gloves it over there. Steps on first for the out.
Way to move the runner.
Runner advances to second base. So this is going to send Lily right out to the plate. Number 10. Pitch on the way. Right call. Can't look at that pitch. Poke that into right field. Benjamin twirling that ball on her hip. Here's the wind, the pitch on the way. This ball's foul out of play. Behind the dugout.
That was definitely a unique swing at that pitch. Kind of swung down and south rather than a full swing.
It's like this whole plate umpire is getting a workout. Delivering instructions back and
That
forth.
swing kind of looked like she was trying to swat a fly out of the air rather than swinging at a baseball or softball in this case.
Pitch on the way. Foul ball. Front of the dugout. Here's Benjamin with the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike three. 2 outs now.
So we figured out that someone in the dugout is the little sister of Lily Benjamin as they are screaming it absurdly loudly.
Look at Mount Notre Dame over here. They got rally caps on. Pitch on the way. Ball swinging,
This
bunted
should
right at
be the end of the
pitcher.
game.
Benjamin throws over to first,
And it will be.
and that's going to do it.
So that's going to do it here at Winton Woods. the mercy rule has been put in effect. For those wondering why this is not going 7 innings, a 10-run lead going into the 5th inning, so this game is over. For Saffron Alvey, Jake, thank you guys for joining us. We'll talk to you guys next time. For Waycross Community Media, signing off.